What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on a situation that's going on with the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, Tua. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. What is it? Taya Loga? Yeah, I'm not even going to try that right. But Tua just recently suffered a concussion, right, against the Buffalo Bills. Now, from my research, is saying that this is his third concussion since he's been in since he's been in the NFL. I don't know, I'm not sure if he had concussions while he was in college. A lot of times they don't report the way they should, if you had those kind of injuries, even in the NFL, like he got hurt in one football game last season, and they said it was a back injury when it turned out to be a head injury. So sometimes they're not going to report honestly like I think they should, and but in my opinion, I think Tua should retire, because they say like the more of these concussions that you have, like the easier it is, number one, to get the next one. Like, so you won't be as hard a collision for the third one as it was for the first one. And then when you start having multiple concussions, that can have like some long-term effects. And I heard Nick Wright. I forgot what sports show Nick Wright is on, but Nick Wright said that it should be up to Tua. And so if you leave it up to the player, of course they're gonna, in most cases they're gonna opt to play. And sometimes I think you have to protect the player from themselves. This is a game that he's in a position that he worked his whole life to get to. And so, if you leave it up to him, I think he'll definitely roll the dice. But then the team has to think about, and also the doctors have to think about, like, his future, like what could be, like what would be the worst case scenario. And then, just take, because you have to look at it like that, because he's getting just too many head injuries, and then the hit that he took against Buffalo really wasn't like a violent, vicious hit. It wasn't, he kind of fell into the guy who was trying to tackle him. And as a matter of fact, the guy who tackled him is the same guy who almost lost his life, playing football for Buffalo. I forgot his name, but this kid, he had a serious incident on the field too, and he almost lost his life, on the field. So I think, like I said, I think that, the league really should consider not allowing him to play, Tua to play, take just take it out of his hands, take it out of his family's hands, because I'm sure that he will probably be able to like convince his family that, he'll be all right. He'll be able to convince his family that, he'll be able to play, or that they should support him if he play, And I think the league really should have like a cap on how many head injuries, how many concussions that you can get, when you're playing professional football, and especially, for their future. You want to protect them, like I said, against himself, given the option. I'm sure he'll opt to play, like as most people do. Like I said, when you work all these years to get to this level, and then you run into this kind of issue, you want to be able to, especially a head injury. I can see like a situation like Steph Curry kept having, for the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry kept having ankle injuries, right? And so that was, an ankle injury, that's different, but you're talking about a lower extremity versus a a head injury, like something like that. I'd be like, yeah, if it was just his ankle, or an elbow, like wasn't on his throwing shoulder, I would be like, yeah, you can go ahead and you can play, or the decision would be up to you. But this long term, with the CTE and those head injuries and stuff like that, I think they should take the decision out of Tua's hands. Nick Wright don't agree. Nick Wright said that they should leave it up to Tua, but it's you can almost guarantee that Tua, if it's left to his own decision, that he is going to be he's going to be out there and he's going to be playing. That's my thought on it. Like I said, I think he should be retired. It's just scary to see somebody when they get hit, take a head injury like that, and you see their body just seize up like that. That's a scary sight, and football, like I said, is a very violent sport. Collision, there's collisions on every play. There's not one play in a football was it's not on some part of the field there's a collision. And so, whether you fall and hit your head or whether somebody hit you in the head inadvertently by mistake or something, so it's yeah, it should be out of his hands. It should be the league should to protect him against himself. Let him, and it's not about the money, but I'm sure he made enough money whereas though he can find something else to do. He'll have time to find something, some other line of work. Maybe he'll go into broadcasting or maybe he'll go into coaching, but you want to be able to at least do those things, give yourself an opportunity to do those things, because you want to be in a healthy mental state in order to do those things. And if you can't be in a healthy mental state, then that's not good. But that's my take on it. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Tua should continue to play, risk his long-term health over like short-term reward? And yeah, just leave a comment. I'm anxious to know, like, what do you think about, should he play? Should the league take the decision out of his hands, or should he, they allow him to make the decision? I think the league, also to protect, the league should be protecting themselves in a way. They say that they care about the players, and this will be an opportunity for them to show that, we do care about the players. We're putting the players first. This will be an opportunity for them to prove and show that this is what they are about. Yeah, so that's my take on it. Don't forget to leave a comment. I'm looking forward to your comments because I want to know, like, what you think about Tua playing, continue to play in the NFL. And with that being said, I'll check you all out on the next video. Peace.